Hi, welcome back to Journey into Stories. Today, I'm going to put out some New Year's resolutions I want to get to for this channel. The first one is I want to read books by authors that I've never picked up, expand my reading with new authors. I just filmed 26 authors I want to get to in 2026, kind of leaving it open. So maybe I can get to that goal. Number two, I'm hoping and praying that I get more videos out to you all and that I'm more consistent. Number three, more journey reads. They're so fun, guys. Just the immersive reading. Now, I can't always read an entire book in the setting, at least leave a couple of the last chapters to read, or sometimes, depending on what it is, I can read the entire book in that setting, like going to Colorado and staying at the Stanley, or being on a cruise ship with Ruth Ware's Woman in Cabin 10. That was a lot of fun. I was able to read that whole book. So I want to get some more journey reads out there to y'all. And it's just so much fun to film and be in the setting of some type of book that I pick up. The fourth one is do some type of an unhaul of my library. Now, I know a lot of people keep, books that they rate 4 or 5 stars. I have some books on my shelves that I've rated considerably less than 4 or 5 stars. I don't know, maybe some people would enjoy the books that haven't really done it for me. So get rid of some books on my bookshelves. That will be so hard to unhaul a book. My husband, when we first got married and we first started buying books and things, he used to say, you never get rid of a book. You never get rid of a book. I also have bookshelves going downstairs on the way to our movie area. We always wanted a movie room. We collect, well, back in the day, VHS. I was so proud. My little paychecks from Kmart every week, I would run to the Disney store that they used to have at the local mall and spend most of my paycheck on pre-ordering Disney VHS movies and getting the lithographs. And then when we had our babies, we would frame the lithographs and put them in the nursery in their rooms. I mean, I still have all this. I don't know if that makes me a hoarder. I have all these VHS movies, then DVD, Blu-ray. This is off topic, but there's shelves that we have our media on, our DVDs and Blu-rays downstairs. And my husband also built me some bookshelves. And I have some books that I bought when I was pregnant, what to expect when you're expecting and everything. Guys, I'm a grandma now. I have 5 grandkids that are fur babies that I adore, Nani's babies, my baby Buddy, my DJ Finnies, my Ollie Wally, my little bit Evie, and my hazelnuts. I don't need to keep some of these books, like What to Expect When You're Expecting. Anyway, I have all these books. I really am in need of an unhaul. I need to unhaul these books. I did a couple of years ago give some books away, but I really need to unhaul books, that are not part of my life anymore, my life story, my life journey, and just free some room on the bookshelves and in the house for things that I really enjoy and I really love. So I would love to take you on a series of unhauls because a girl needs to really unhaul some books. The next one that I would like to make a priority this year is to read some classics. Now, when I was in high school, I don't even know how I passed English class. And let me explain why. The mandatory reading, whenever somebody, I'm a free spirit in a way, but whenever somebody says you have to do this, you have to do that, that kind of turns me off. I don't know. I have something in my brain that's like, no, I don't have to do what you're telling me to do. Now, I was a good student and everything, but I always have loved reading, and when the teachers would say this is mandatory reading, I never read them. I never would read the books. So I don't know how I passed those sections in English class in high school because I didn't read the books. And we would have daily quizzes on the things. And I'm not saying I want to go back to that part of my life and read the classics that I didn't read in high school. Maybe there's one or two. But there's so many classic books that I've thought about that I thought, I would like to pick that up. They kind of scare me, and I think it's because, so much of my time in high school was mandatory reading, but I would still read the other books that I chose. I've also done some book buddy reads, and I'm not good. I'm so not good. In fact, I like to pick up the book when I like to pick it up. And a couple of the book groups, they would say, read chapters 1 through 5, and then we discuss. And I'm not good. If I'm loving a book, I don't want to stop at chapter 5 to, okay, let's talk about it. I just want to keep reading. I want to read when I want to read. I just like to have the freedom to pick up a book that speaks to me, that I want to read when I want to read. And if I don't want to stop at chapter 5, to talk about it, I don't have to stop at chapter 5 to talk about it. That probably would be better for me to discuss as I go, but so many times a book's been ruined by a conversation. But on that note, I would love to be a part of a book group. It makes no sense. I don't want to be told what to do or what to read, but part of me also wants to be in a book group or, a library reading thing or Barnes & Noble. I went to Barnes & Noble once and I saw the monthly book club book or whatever. That's what I'm thinking of, book club. And I read it and I was excited about it. And then I went to Barnes & Noble and, I kind of asked, where are they meeting? And they said upstairs in the corner, the whatever. And I went up there and I was scared to sign in because I'm shy in real life. So I was scared to sign in. I'm here, part of the book club, because I got anxiety thinking, are they going to ask me things? And you all know half the time during a book review or book report or weekly review or whatever I try and do, monthly review, I have to read the back of the book because I try and read so much. I kind of forget what I'm talking about sometimes. And the worst thing I could do is ruin a book for you guys. And I don't ever want to do that. I don't ever want to say too much. And then something's ruined, whether or not it's on your list to get to read. So anyway, back to Barnes & Noble. So I stayed there and I watched what happens because I thought, well, next month I'll become part of their book club and I'll show up. But it sounded so fun to me to discuss books in real life and get people's opinion. But the leader of the book club, the worker at Barnes & Noble, she was so good and so animated and this and that. And I kind of got scared because I'm like, well, what if she asks me questions and I don't know the answer? Or, if she asks me something and, I'm scared to say what I feel if no one else, I sat there, I'm not kidding, and watched the book club happen, and I just watched thinking I was too shy to sign up. Now I'm kind of the age, I don't care. I mess up. I know I mess up. I laugh at myself. There's so many things I've learned as I get older. But this was only, the closing down of the world was not too long ago. No, I just watched and watched what happened. And then I was kind of relieved I didn't go because some of the questions, she wanted people to speak up. I think that's part of being a book club. And I thought, I don't know. So this is not as scary because, it's it's kind of corny talking to my camera. I don't see the outside of the world, you know. So part of me still wants to do that. I have a desire, even though I don't want to be told what to read or how fast or slow to read. I also want to be part of that. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. So those are a few of my ideas that I want to bring into the new year. And with that, I hope you're doing well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care of yourself. It's so important. Take care of yourself. And bye. Have a great day.